Hello everyone, welcome back to Big Russia. And well, there was a big war with the Ottomans. Hundreds of thousands of people died. Uh, 4, 5, 6 provinces. And now it's time to deal with the massive cleanup that comes from having to use a little human wave offensive in a war like that. And also having to deal with the sheer quantity of stealthy that had to be forced out to keep that war afloat. Yeah, I'm working on preparing Russia to invade Sweden as they are allied to Poland and Lithuania. We have completed our trade ideas and we are taking goods produced modifier for 20%. Have another extra merchant. We are currently pushing all trade into the Novgorod node. However, it's my goal, potentially by the end of the campaign, to push everything into the Baltic Sea and then collect trade there. I am, however, going to push trade from Siberia into Kazan, and as I said, we are preparing to invade Sweden. And you know what? Since you're here, I might as well do it while everyone's watching. So I'm going to call them in. Pennsylvania. I'd also like to, right before I do it, I would like to say that we were able to get an alliance with the Mamluks, meaning the Ottomans weren't able to declare war on them, because I heard through my spies that the Ottomans were going to attack the Mamluks, so I allied them, initially hoping to gain a second war against the Ottomans, but I was unfortunately unable. I also want to kill off this king as quickly as I can, but unfortunately unable to get a second reaction war on the Ottomans. However, we are able to deal with Poland and Lithuania. This situation will be dealt with at a later date. Here we go. Time to go in. On the board. Cannons go in there. These people go in there. And we have to knock out Poland and Lithuania. Once we've knocked out Poland and Lithuania, white piece them so we get shortest route possible so we can go in on them. And then white Sweden, etc. The basics of truce cycling. I'm going to put this army actually here as a preparation for when the bigger armies start rolling through. But first, as I said, we have to deal with Polska. There we have it. After a brief stint in Poland, Lithuania, and a quick and successful invasion through Finland, around the Baltic Sea, in Stockholm, Kalmar, come off quickly. There's Finland. Finland is ours. We can now plus 10% round of armies. You bet I'm saving that for a war with them. For a war with the Ottomans. That will be very useful. However, we are going to need this army now to just sit there and be ready for when the Finns get very, very, very upset with us. That's that. However, we can start repaying. We're going to want to start repaying these loans first because they cost the most in interest. But next goal. What is the next goal? I think the next goal might be starting to consolidate our control in Asia, because we've made pushes in Europe, North, South, Caucasus, we have made pushes, but I think Asia is probably the best place now to start engaging in trade. So we can start pushing more trade into Novgorod and then ultimately the Baltic Sea. Right, so after a small little war to take Riga and then complete the Window on the West mission, not achievement, not yet, we are through with our truce with Poland and Lithuania, and we are able to go in once more. This time I'm hoping we'll be able to take all our claims, which I think we should be able to. And then maybe a little bit more like Novi Sad and Krakow, maybe Trenton, just to cut the Ottomans off so they can't expand any more through Hungary. So if they want to expand, they have to go through me first. If I'm able to make them go through me, I can hopefully, maybe not successfully, stop them at every opportunity. That's my current thoughts on this. How many favours do I have with Castile? Enough. I didn't want to call them because I thought they might not be able to come in a few later wars, but they can. And I really want to use them for the Ottomans. Here we go. After a little bit of time, we are finally able to enforce this demand. Peace deals need a rework because this never happened historically, but I digress. We're able to take the fort in Trenton. Not many people care due to the icon of Saint Nicholas, meaning everyone doesn't care. Very handy. Oh, it'd be even handy to pay attention to this number. But who does? Who does? Just gonna station troops everywhere now and hope for the best. I think we will have to go and invade the Ottomans next, but we have spent a lot of time in preparation. Gonna have to move a few armies around, but we should be, well, as prepared as we can be with armies like being there, and we are realistically able to field a lot more soldiers than we are currently fielding. And we do have that extra morale boost. We have greater morale than them, same discipline, even if we add the plus 1.2, 4.8, we've got 5.54. We are very, very prepared. Favorite button. Very prepared to take a Ottomans, and what I'd want to do is take Bratislav and then take this, because if I can release Bulgaria and maybe Moldavia, or I want to create nice pretty borders in the Balkans, you know, typical Russian things. I want to see if I can make a Romania, a Serbia. I guess I'll have to do a Bosnia, you know, just a nice pretty Balkans. That's another side goal, but we'll see how we get to it in a bit. Once we've cored everything and stabilized, see if we're able to accomplish that. Working on dealing with all the rebels and all the coring. All of a ton of rebels rose up in Mongolia. Was not fun. Takes forever to move there. but that's neither here nor there. A certain instant is arising in Europe. Now, I would usually join the Protestant League side to dismantle the Holy Roman Empire and all that. However, I kind of need it currently to limit the Ottomans and Poland-Lithuania. So, we're joining on the Catholic side, baby, hoping the Ottomans join the other side, and we can kind of duke it out while everything kind of goes on in here. Castile dealing with France, maybe Britain helping a little bit as well. I can only hope. And my mind is full of only hope, and I'm not entirely confident that they may be able to pull it off. We might have to split away a few forces should the needs arise. Here we go then. I've spent time, I've stabilized. Well, it's the best you can stabilize as Russia. And prepared my armies, they've grown, more frontline, more cannons, because we're about to get cannon tech 16, standardization of caliber. We have allies that will assist our, well, assist, in quotation marks, our war effort. And it is time. The button has been pressed, the war has been declared. I only hope we'll be able to pull through the other side. Yeah, initial goals is to knock out Gazikmulk and prepare a defensive line at Abkhazia. Send the rest here with their cannons. Yotir, the current ruler, can deal with that. And yes, the goal is to take this and all the way to Constantinople and then Coachella, so we keep the river crossing. I think is the ideal goal for a war such as this, and also to cause as many casualties on the Ottoman side as we physically can. Well, we've not quite won yet, but global trade has now spawned, so absolutism is coming. Uh-oh, didn't notice that. Well, that's a good sign. Yeah. Planning to maybe take less out of this than we initially planned. Purely to just get through the mission tree. However, I am planning to release Bulgaria. We'll keep it Constantinople for ourselves, because Byzantium cores apparently don't exist anymore. I think it's Greece now, but Greece doesn't exist either. Must be because I took this, but either way, if I release Bulgaria, all the cores here will be a lot cheaper for me to take in a peace deal, and I think that would be better rather than, you know, well, I'm probably not going to be able to get all of this in one peace deal because I'm just incredibly bad at microing units. So I'm trying to slowly but surely whittle them down. I think that's what I'm trying to do. To a point that they just can't fight back. Also, the defense line has completely collapsed. But that's what we get for trying to threaten the Ottomans with numbers. They just send more. It really is Battle of the Ages. I mean, these casualty counts are very much so in the big boy numbers. And I've barely tapped my manpower. This is going. Hoping we can reinforce the battle. But yes, I should be back once I'm able to peace out. We can peace out for this now. And what I'm going to do is we're going to liberate Ruthenia, we're going to gain claims on Romania and Poland, allowing us to get a lot of things a lot cheaper, vassals, all that. You can literally only click once. I'm going to do that. I'm going to reorganize my armies. No, that'll happen tomorrow, but we can liberate Ruthenia. What we're going to do is we are going to release or make Bulgaria a subject. We now have Bulgaria and Hungary up here as two vassals that have a significant number of cores on Hungarian and Commonwealth land. So I think you can see where this might be going. But aside from that, thank you all for watching, I do appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.